fine, nice and easy. Don't overdrive it.
Reddick not letting him get away.
Oh, whoa!
Bell up top. And there goes Reddick spinning out. Kyle Busch coming back to the white flag. Caution is out. We will have a second overtime. Huge damage for Zane Smith and Austin Cindric. It's our 7th caution of the day.
Major damage across the field. Busch is going to get right on the outside of Tyler Reddick against what we already said coming into this whole race. Turns 3 and 4 in the wind, and it's just going to pull.
Just got loose.
Yeah, it's just going to pull him right around. It's going to collect Christopher Bell and a whole list of others. And we talked about this in the pre-race. You knew this was going to happen in this race. Kevin, turns 3 and 4, very difficult. Windy conditions, old tires, side drafting. It's just a matter of time.
Well, I think it's very smart on Kyle Busch's part, though, to be in control of being on the outside like that, because he didn't want this to get pinned down and have this happen like it did to Tyler Reddick to him. So on the outside, you just have a little more control of that.
So much more vulnerable, right, when you're on the inside, because that air will just suck you around, especially when you're running this tight.
Well, and it's like Brad said, you know, turns 3 and 4 is difficult by yourself going through that corner. So to run through there side by side, and at the end of the race, these guys are not going to let off.
I anticipated.
There's no give. No give left. End of the race. That was for the win. If Tyler Reddick could have held serve with Kyle off that corner, he would have won this race, and so he had to try.
The tires, the advantage of tires, you know, they're going to prevail in that restart. Then you put somebody like Kyle Busch in there.
Brandon Jones in the outside lane moving to the front, and he pops the wall. Gregson around. Oh my goodness, what a hit for Tommy Joe Martins.
Total carnage. Saw Noah Gragson get loose underneath those cars. The rest was history.
Justin Haley.
I can't believe there's not more damage to that car. That was a massive impact he had. I tell you, Clint, he took a big hit. You can tell that he's having a tough time getting in the truck there.
See him get loose right here, moving up the track, across that seam. It's just, the rest is history. Not a lot of damage out of Harrison Burton. I think he'll be okay right there. You can see Justin Haley, his car's. Man, I don't know. You think that's a lot of damage on there. You see these two cars right here. Man, that was a shot right there. I think it knocked his hands off the wheel. He hit so hard right there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I mean, sometimes we see these wrecks and you think massive impact, and from a driver's perspective, it wasn't that bad. And there's other times they don't look bad on TV, and they really sting.
Well, I hit one last night that was.
You're stung. Yeah, you're stung.
And I can tell you right now, that one did too.
Well, at that point, you really are just along for the ride.
Oh, he got off him. He's going to make a pass for the lead.
Briscoe pushed him out and then looks for position, and he's got it. 98 to the point. Can he clear? Yes.
Comes up right in front of Gregson.
Oh, wreck.
And we got trouble. That's Jeb Burton. Austin Cindric around.
A lot of great cars right here.
Oh, no. Big hits, too.
We didn't have a big one in this race 1 year ago.
That's inside 10 to go at Daytona.
Yeah,
that's all you can say about that.
Pushing back and forth on a restart. Bad things happen.
You saw Briscoe pull up, big block for the lead there. He got squirrely. I thought he was going to get turned around, and unfortunately, it was back a little bit farther back. I'm really a huge push here with a big move for. Look at how sideways Jackson was right there. Move to the inside, and then watch the 8 car as he gets to them, the 22.
So the 8's going to push the 9. The 22 is going to catch up to the
98
8.
comes up and blocks and stacks him up right here. 22 gets in the back of the 8, knocks him down. The rest is history.
Just kind of one of those stack ups.
But it's a block. A block stacked him up and created that, but that block was a necessity. If the 98 of Chase Briscoe wouldn't have moved up and slowed down the momentum, he would have been passed right there.
Where is the balance on that, Brad? That's a conversation that's been a focal point all week long.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to continue to see this. And, you know, part of it is, you know, these cars can take pushes, but as it works its way back, that energy works its way back, as it did here. The 8 car couldn't take a push. He was already lifting and slowing down. Then he got hit from the back. Car's already light. Instantly turns him around. It's just, you know, to me, that's just one of them racing deals. There are some blocks that I think are bad blocks. I don't think that was a terrible block. He made one move and it just all stacked up.
You know, one thing I saw, he didn't quite get all the way up in front of him. It was like he was trying to figure out, do I get up there? Do I not? Am I clear? You know, it was like he didn't trust his instinct, or the spotter telling him didn't quite get all the way up.
Big contact with the 42 of Justin Marks, and the caution comes out once again. So Marks with hard contact.
19 was trying to go to the bottom, and Marks was going to the bottom, and 19 just needed to check up just a little bit and give him some room, and then he got the car overcorrected and hard impact in the wall.
Huge impact.
Yeah, it is. You see how easy it is when that car starts to spin. You want to turn the wheel to the right to keep it from spinning, but if you turn too much wheel to the right, it hangs a right and it makes heavy head-on contact.
That shot straight up the racetrack after he overcorrected, and Justin Marks hard contact. Take another look. 3,400 pounds of race car off the ground after slamming into the wall.
It's just not hardly in a race driver's makeup to just turn it left and spin the car out. But in those situations, that many times is the best thing. You can see just how quickly this car.
Christopher Bell moves up the racetrack high in turn 2. Back down, they block. The 60 goes around Briscoe hard into the wall. And the window net coming down. He sees the flames coming out in the engine, and Briscoe.
Yeah, his window's net down. He's getting out.
This is going to show you just how hard this impact was.
Oh. That's something the tracks have to continue to look at. How can we get those curves out of the walls? You want to be able to have access for personnel, safety personnel, to quickly get to the drivers, but you can see that access point creates a bad point of impact. Safer barrier doing a great job, but it's just that angle of impact that's so bad.
And we'll set up yet another restart.
There's absolutely nothing he could have done differently there. Oh, gosh.
Thankfully, the safer barriers were there to absorb some of that hit.
Burying the fence. Oh, there's a big crash here. Hard contact.
To the inside.
Back in front of the cars.
Oh.
And hit again. Haley with a hard hit on the inside wall, and then right back out in front of traffic. And another car tagged him.
Brian Vargas, I believe. Oh, man, it's good to see that. Those are some really, really hard shots that Justin took to the inside wall. You can see at the racetrack. I think Sam's got to recognize this and maybe come up out of the gas, but he just stays committed on the outside of the 11 car. They make contact right there. It puts both of them in the fence. Burton way down low trying to miss the 11. This is when it gets very, very scary. All these guys doing an amazing job. Jesse in the 74 doing an amazing job, but Ryan had nowhere to go. It's pretty incredible that more cars didn't get taken out in this wreck. So it looks like Sam may have turned the 11 back across the racetrack there as they were trying to gather both their cars up.
Get back down here. You're top at 3. Top at 3.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, they're wrecking a lot of cars here.
Justin Haley, Daniel Hemrick's in it, Michael Annette, Tommy Joe, Martin.
And you
just got everyone stacking on top of each other. The 9 making a move on the 11. Oh my gosh, this is tight, and
they just ran out of room.
Yeah, something with the 19 to 98, all kind of started somewhere in there, and
yeah, I think a lot of it started when the 9 went to the outside, and the guys on the bottom probably didn't realize that there was an extra car all the way up against the wall. You see the 9 pop out, and the 18 and the 19 make contact there because the 19 can't go up.
Yep. And the poor 11 of Justin Haley, he's just out there arcing the corner out like he's going to be all right, and gets tagged out of nowhere. I bet that was a surprise. Not a good surprise.